forward to this.
What's up everyone, how's it going? We just got the new community transmission like 2 minutes ago for the new large scale game mode, and I have not read a single bit of it, so I'm going to be reviewing it in this video, and as well as you're going to see my full reaction, my first reaction to this community transmission, because like I said, I know absolutely nothing about this new mode. So yeah, let's hope it's good and let's get right into it. So the very first thing I see right now is an awesome droid of a BX Commando droid, or droid Commando. And then in the background, it looks like a jet trooper. I'm not sure what's on the bottom left. It looks like a B2 battle droid, and then there's like another clone trooper. But yeah, that BX droid Commando looks pretty awesome. And he looks really well made, so I'm excited to use him. Him and the ARC Trooper are coming in this update. But let's get into the transmission. Alright, so it says incoming transmission, and it says a command post has been lost, but not the battle. And already off to a good start, because that is a classic line from the original Battlefront games. And actually, I didn't even read this part. Above it says Capital Supremacy. So that is the title of the new large-scale game mode, Capital Supremacy. Alright, so the description says, alongside the announcement of more content from the Clone Wars coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 at EA Play 2018 was confirmation that a new large-scale game mode would be also arriving. And then it says, we also know that this is a topic that many of you have been waiting patiently to hear more about, and we're incredibly excited to be here today to go in depth with all the details. Alright, so let's get into it. And it says, the goal for Capital Supremacy is to win the planetary battle, gain access to the opposing team's capital ship, and destroy it. So it says, when you first deploy into a game of Capital Supremacy, you will begin planet side. From here, you will have to take control of several command posts that are scattered around the planet. Which command post you go after is entirely up to you, so that sounds pretty awesome. They say planetary surface, so I wonder if it's going to be kind of like a ground to space thing, or once you collect all the command posts, then you go flying up to the capital ship. I'm not sure, so let's keep reading, let's find out. It says, choose carefully, because while you're off capturing a command post, the opposing team will also be doing the same thing. The choice between attack versus defend is one that you and your team are going to have to make. So it's kind of like a tug of war game, I think, where people are going to be trying to capture command posts, but then as you're capturing a command post, the other team's going to capture your command post. So that sounds pretty fun. Then it says, as you capture command posts, your team will gain reinforcements. Once you have the required number, your transport ships will arrive. When this happens, you'll have a short amount of time to make your way to the transports. So this so far sounds a lot like the original Conquest mode, except there's a little bit of an extra thing where you can go to the capital ships once you collect all the command posts. So far I'm pretty happy about it. I do hope there's no cutscenes. I hope you just get into the transport ships, and I'm assuming they're going to be the LAATs. I'm not sure what the droid ship will be, but we'll just have to wait and find out. It might say in this community transmission. Alright, so it says, after boarding the transports, your team will begin the assault upon the opposing team's capital ship. From here, you will have to set multiple time charges across the ship. Should you be successful in destroying the capital ship, the game will end and your team will be designated as the winners. It says, if you make it onto the enemy capital ship but fail to destroy it, the battle will return to the surface of the planet, where you will repeat the process and attempt to capture the command post once again. That right there is actually pretty cool detail that I really do like. So say you capture all the command posts, then you get into the transport ships and then go up to the capital ship, and then you fail to destroy it, then you get to go all the way back down and just do the whole game once again. So that's really exciting news. I bet in the beginning of this game mode's arrival, the matches are probably going to last quite a long time, because people just aren't going to be used to how to play this game mode and how to destroy the capital ships. So now on to the next part. It shows that image again. I'll put it up on the screen once more. It says Capital Supremacy, the specifics, and it says Supremacy is not like any game mode that's currently available within Star Wars Battlefront 2. It comes with its own rules and gameplay style. In terms of player count, it will be 20v20, meaning up to 40 player controlled units. So that's not that greatest news. I know a lot of people were hoping that they would up it, but I personally never expected that, because they would have to change the servers a lot. But it says here, in addition to this, there will be 12v12 AI controlled units during the planetary phase of this battle. That right there makes me really happy, because I was talking about that in my hopes for this game mode, because I didn't think they would do like 32v32, but it actually is, because it's 20v20 of real players and then 24 players of bots. So that right there is good news. It says, we made the decision to include AI because we wanted to capture the scale of the Clone Wars while not diminishing the odds of playing the iconic heroes. So there are going to be heroes in this mode. I wasn't too sure about that. And it says, this is similar to how we use AI within Starfighter Assault to add to the scale. And then it goes on to say, this means that when the battle is taking place within the ground phase, there will be two teams of 32 engaged in combat. So that right there, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with AI. Hopefully they made them a little bit better, because right now in arcade mode they don't work that well. But then there's confirmation right there that this will be Clone Wars only, at least as of now. So it goes on to say there will be 5 command posts to capture, all of which start in a neutral state. Command posts are placed throughout the planetary surface and can be captured in any order. Holding the majority of command posts progresses your team's attack on the enemy capital ships by earning tickets. It says, once a team has earned enough tickets, their transports will arrive. For every person that reaches a transport in time, that team will receive extra tickets for their attack upon the enemy capital ship. It says the attack on a capital ship occurs in 2 sub-phases. The attacking team has to override one of the 2 doors, and from there they will have to plant a device to destroy the critical ship systems. So basically, it goes into a lot of detail, but basically I'm going to break it down. You start on the planet. Once you capture all the command posts in time or whatever, you go up to the transport ships that fly you all the way up to the capital ships in the air, which is pretty awesome. You fly into them, you get out, and then you have to plant a device to blow it up, and if you fail to do this, you get to go back to the planetary surface and restart the whole thing all over again. So like I said earlier, it sounds like a good tug-of-war match, which is pretty cool. So far, this is basically everything you need to know about it. I am super happy about this. And then it goes on to talk about the actual capital ship. So it says the Republic attack cruiser, or otherwise known as the Venator-class Star Destroyer, was built for one purpose, ship-to-ship combat. It says key areas on the Venator are the cargo bay and the reactor core. It says those fighting for the Trade Federation will be defending a separatist dreadnought. This Providence-class destroyer was used heavily during the Clone Wars and was one of the biggest ships in the separatist fleet, large enough to hold a blockade almost by itself. The Dreadnought's power is to be feared. It says both the Joy Deployment Bay and the cooling vent room will be areas of interest while on board the Dreadnought. So yeah, they did update the interiors for the capital ships and then recreated the, I believe, the Joyd's Venator ship for this new mode. So I'm super excited to see how they made that one. I hope there's just ships everywhere and a whole bunch of things and a lot of Easter eggs that you can find within the capital ship. I know on Kashyyyk, they already kind of had a Venator that did have interiors of them, but I don't know if it was 100% finished because you can go in. It is where the last phase of that map is set in, so they already had that to work on, so I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much the same thing in there. And then it goes on to talk about the Clone Wars era. Now, this is new. This looks like something that I have not predicted. So it says Capital Supremacy will be a Clone Wars experience. We already knew that, meaning all the heroes and reinforcements available will be those era only. That right there is actually really interesting, and I'm curious to see how the reaction from the community will be for that, because the only ones we can use is the Clone Wars reinforcements, plus the new reinforcements that are coming. So that's good news. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Yoda, Chewbacca, and then on the dark side, General Grievous, Count Dooku, Darth Maul, and Bossk. So like I said earlier, I am really curious to see how people react to the Clone Wars only. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll actually make it really immersive and pretty fun, considering we've got 4 heroes on each side. So I mean, it's not like how it was at launch where there was only like 2 actual Clone Wars heroes, those being Yoda and Darth Maul, and then Bossk if you actually wanted to add him, and Palpatine. But it says at launch, Capital Supremacy will be available upon Geonosis. It says this isn't the Geonosis that you know from Galactic Soul or HVV. It says our goal was to make an environment that was created specifically with the gameplay of Capital Supremacy in mind. He says we can't wait for Capital Supremacy to launch and are currently counting down the days until March 26th. We'll see you on board your ship. So that last statement does suck. It is only on Geonosis, so this was the main concern I had in my hopes. I was really hoping that there was Kashyyyk and Naboo and maybe Kamino with it, but it being only Geonosis is going to make it really repetitive unless they decide to make a new map for it like every month or so. Overall, I'm really happy with the mode, but like I said, that one map only is going to make it really repetitive. But who knows, because it technically is non-linear. It does have a sub-phase, so you do go in the ship and fly up, but then you go back down, so it's technically non-linear, but technically not at the same time. But I am okay with how it is, so like I said, I am super happy about this. I'd like to know how you guys think about this new game mode. I know we haven't played it yet. And then also let me know what your thoughts are about this cool picture that we got of the new Commando Droid. But if I could suggest DICE to do one thing, it would be to tell the community if you are planning on adding more maps to this mode or not. Because unless I missed it, it does not say whether they're going to add more maps to this or not, which is kind of concerning. But they are opening up Geonosis a lot more according to this, and there was a blog that talked about it. So we are going to get a lot more of the Geonosis map, which is pretty good news. And then, yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Overall, we got 32v32, some awesome command posts, and then I'll put up a picture of the concept art that we did get a while back that Dennis posted. They do look really cool, and they look just like the ones from the original games. So yeah, 32v32 command posts, and then you fly up to the capital ship, and then if you don't destroy it, you go back down, and then do the whole thing over again. or the enemy team goes to your capital ship and tries to destroy it. So yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I'm super excited for March 26th. That's when this does release. That is just 4 days from now as of the recording. Also, we are getting the ARC Trooper and BX Droid Commando, so that's just awesome news. But like I said, guys, if you are for some reason watching this, I would suggest telling the community whether or not you are planning on adding more maps to this, because I have a feeling in the back of my mind there are going to be some people pretty upset about just the one map. Personally, I'm okay with it for now because I just can't wait for this new mode. I think because it's non-linear, it's going to make it not as repetitive so quickly, because the problem with Galactic Assault is it gets old so fast because it's just the same thing over and over again. At least this thing, there's a whole lot more I think you can do, but I am actually kind of curious to see how the Clone Wars only heroes turns out, because it seems like a lot of fun, because the Clone Wars heroes are my favorite anyways, so it doesn't really matter to me. And what kind of sucks though is I recently just switched to PC from Xbox, so I don't even have all the Clone Wars heroes unlocked. I only have Anakin out of all of them because I just haven't had time to play a lot. So let's hope I can somehow get General Grievous unlocked, because he is my favorite Clone Wars villain so far. But yeah, that is pretty much going to do. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this new game mode. Let me know what your favorite part about it is. Mine, personally, my favorite part is the command post, just because that's just a classic. And then also let me know how excited you are for it. What are your thoughts about it only being one map? And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you all so much for watching. If you're new, be sure and subscribe for more Star Wars news, gameplay, and more. And I'll hopefully see you all in the next one.